Well, we're going to kick it off with our improv. We're really glad you're here tonight. We got the way the show usually works at the TRP comedy clubs. We have like 45 minutes to an hour with our improv team. We got 4 guys ready to go. They're going to do a lot of improv games. Has anybody ever seen Whose Lines It Anyway? Okay, so it's a lot like that. We have a couple of games kind of predetermined that we're gonna get suggestions from them on what kind of games they might want to play. Throughout the night, we'll check with y'all. We'll get scenarios and characters and situations and all like that. So you guys are going to pretty much dictate what goes on, too. We're going to get some of y'all involved, if that's cool. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. We're not going to make you get on stage or anything like that, but we're going to try to make this a collaboration as much as we can. So without further ado, we're going to introduce the improv team tonight. Starting out, we're going to introduce a dude that lives in Dalton, Georgia. Put your hands together for Mr. William Brooks. Yeah. All right. Contestant number 2 is a gentleman who lives right here in Catoosa County. He's got 17 kids. Put your hands together for Josh Adler. Oh, is it 3? It's only 3 kids? Feels like 17, though, when they're all here. Hey, kids, how are you? Okay, so, who else is back there?
Dan has more kids than I do.
Dan has the same amount of kids as you do.
More.
Does he? Does he? Yeah, his wife's right there. That's your wife telling you now.
I have a kid.
Okay, the next person, we're gonna go right on with the kid theme. The next guy is a very funny guy. He's a regular at TRP. He's a math teacher at Fort Oglethorpe High School. Put your hands together for Dan Lyons. And he's eating a sandwich. It's awesome. Is that a sandwich? Oh, it's a donut. Never mind. Dude. Okay. All right, last but not least, this next gentleman, you might hear his lovely, soulful voice on the radio every day, whether night, weekend, commercials, whatever. Put your hands together for Mr. Bobby Daniels. Okay, so I'm just going to start off by asking them what they want to do. Do y'all have a game you want to start off with tonight?
Hey, whatever you like.
Whatever I would like? Okay. Whatever. Huh?
Freeze
tag? Freeze? Yeah, let's do freeze. All right. So the way freeze works is we're going to have 2 actors get up here. You, the audience, is going to give them a scene. We're going to create something. Who wants to go first? Who wants to start us off?
Come on, Dan.
Bobby and Dan? Cool. Okay, so we got 2 guys right here. We're going to create a scene for them. Where are they at? What are they doing? What's going on in their lives? They're getting on a train. She's topical, folks. She's getting on a train? Yeah? Like, are they skipping town? Are they working on the train? Are they hobos? Like, they just got out of prison, they're hopping a train? Okay, you just got out of prison, both of you. We're not sure your relationship, but you're about to hop a train. You're about to hop a train. So the way freeze works, they're going to start their scene. Anytime during the scene, one of the other 2 actors can yell freeze. They have to jump in, take over, and turn the scene a different direction. So you guys start out. You're 2 guys. You just got out of prison. You're trying to hop a train, and take it away.
If we hurry, we can make it.
It's going too fast.
No, it's not.
We don't even know where it's going.
You're so old.
We,
Get up.
come on. We gotta catch it. It's taking a long time.
Just
Stop! Stop! Freeze. I'm so glad you took me here.
Isn't this speedboat wonderful?
Dip me.
Stop.
I'm coming.
You think you're gonna come into my house, boy? Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. Sail away with me. I don't know the words, but it is okay.
Freeze. Coming up next on Dancing with the Stars, it's Dan Lyons.
Did I win?
No.
I wanted to win. Can I try?
You have one. Hang on. A dance with me.
Dancing again! This is quite a show!
Freeze!
Why? What?
Freeze! I'm not dead. I'm feeling much better.
No, you look pretty dead. No, it's fine. Let me check your pulse. No. Have you soiled yourself?
Oh, no, look there.
Oh, see, you're fine.
That depends.
Like, depends? Maybe. Well, I mean, it's okay, bud. We'll go to the store. We'll get you
Freeze!
some... We're off to see the wizard. So don't know the words,
I don't
so
know.
we're gonna sing along.
All right. Good game. Give him a round of applause. Yeah, I didn't know where y'all were going when Josh laid on the floor. I thought you were gonna tag him, and then you're just sprawled out. Okay, so new game. You guys want to give Party Quirks a try? Okay, Party Quirks. If you're never familiar with that, one person is hosting a party, and 3 people show up repeatedly, and each one of them has a different affliction that they know about, the audience knows about, but the host doesn't know about. And through the course of the scene, they have to deduce what is going on with each person. So I think I have quirks for Josh, for Dan, for William, which means Bobby's the host. So we don't have any kind of isolation booth. We all pass those out. We don't have an isolation booth here at TRP, so we just ask that our host or whoever is having information withheld from them goes outside and hangs out. So if you guys want to step up, read your quirk to the audience so that they're in on the gag. I don't know why we sealed them. Like someone's gonna break in and know the quirks. Authenticity.
Okay. I am various acts being performed during the talent night at an old folks' home.
I am Humpty Dumpty during the timeline of the rhyme.
I get an electric shock every time I make a sarcastic remark.
Dude, your wife would love if that was real. Okay, so we know what they are. They know what they are. Titus or Oliver, one of y'all want to go grab Bobby from out back? We don't have a mechanism to let them know we're ready, so we use slave labor to do that. Yeah. Usually my son does it, but he's not here, so we're using one of Adler's kids. I'm glad you brought all your kids. Staff the place. Oh. Okay, you got.
The whole side is your kids.
The whole side is your family. Okay, so it is Bobby's party. He's getting ready. He's setting up, and we will use a doorbell to let you know when folks are arriving.
I got the cheese dip, got the guacamole, got the radio set to Sunny 92.3, shameless plug. So, go. All right. Ha. Come on in. You should have been in my last bit.
Oh, yeah.
You dance much better than the other guy.
Thanks. You're all looking spry tonight, everybody. I see that. Yeah. So what is up with the pins? They fill up too quick. Am I right?
Okay. Come on in there, sir.
Hey, oh, I'm so tired. You mind if I sit here on this wall?
Sure. That's not a wall, though.
It is now.
Oh.
Watch as I pull this rabbit from my hat.
Whoa!
Hey, stay right there. Come on.
Is
Don't
this
strain
your car?
yourself getting to the door too fast.
Sorry. Is this your car?
I'm in pieces.
What's up?
Can you put me together?
I don't know, man.
Ah!
You had a great
Help!
You've got to be Humpty Dumpty.
Help!
Yeah.
When I was a boy. I know this is your favorite song. It's from the 20s.
You're really good.
Please.
Here, let me help you back up, Humpty.
Oh, this is delightful.
We got one guy. He's good. He's Humpty Dumpty during parts of the song. Keep going.
You are,
Swell party, dude.
you are allergic to sarcasm, I think.
Good job. That's him. You got it. All right. Who else we got? What do we got?
All right. Janine, I know this was your favorite. No. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You couldn't hear me?
A 1920s
Just turn it up.
for old people.
Close enough. Close enough. We can do that. Round of applause. Good job. He was different acts during talent night at an old folks home. Humpty Dumpty during different parts of the
I
rhyme.
didn't have that many talents. It was very tough.
This electric shock thing going on.
Yeah, he gets an electric. Yeah.
Oh, God,
Good.
that's not real.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing next? We have any volunteers for the ABC game?
Oh.
William and Adler? Okay, good. Okay, so the ABC game, these two gentlemen are going to be in a scene that you guys are going to create. And as they go in their dialogue, one person starts with the letter A, and each response after that has to go with the alternating letter.
You get the letter A right here.
Yeah, okay. So let's give them, let's create a scene for these guys. What do we got? What's the audience got? What do you think?
Street fighting.
They're street fighting? Wow. Okay, they're street fighting about what? Who? Like, are they celebrities who are street fighting? Like, what are they doing? Dude, this was your thing.
They are high school nemesis.
High school nemesis, street fighting. All right, help them out. What else we got? Anything crazy? Where are they at? What's the weird location we can add to it?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. You don't get out much. Like, what?
My kids.
That's your kids. We're gonna street fight at McDonald's. It's Friday night. Woo! All right. Okay, you guys are.
Is he Kid Rock or am I Kid Rock?
I don't know. You guys are high school nemesis. You're street fighting at McDonald's in the play area. Let's make it interesting in the play area. How about that? All right, starting with the letter A. Take it away, Josh.
Are you ready?
You better be ready for these fists.
Can you be serious?
Don't tell me I'm not serious.
Every one of these kids is gonna see you bleed.
For God's sake, right here in the ball pit?
Goodness gracious.
How dare you use that kind of language?
I am about to level you in these balls.
Just wait a second, all right? Time out.
Kill, 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 kill.
Let me just go get something.
Maybe not.
Not?
Or what?
Please, man. I'll give you my lunch money.
I'll quit your whining and put him up.
Really?
Stop it.
That sounds like something you would say.
Under what circumstances?
Very scary circumstances. You're so big.
Well, I'm gonna tell Mom you called me fat.
Whatever we are. X-rays! You're gonna need X-rays after this.
You're not worth my time. Zero in on what?
All right, scene. Good job. That game is a lot harder than it looks. The most interesting part of that game to me is always like who knows the alphabet and who doesn't. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, you do. You're very good.
Backwards, not that I know by experience.
Elemento didn't show up at all.
Elemento. Good. Okay, what do you guys feel like next? Press conference? You want to do press conference? Okay, so press conference is a game where one person, like on Party Quirks, one person isn't aware of what's going on. So that person's going to go outside. We're going to create a character in a situation or something for them that would necessitate them giving a press conference, and then the other three are going to get down in the audience and pretend to be reporters at that press conference, asking questions that kind of drop hints as to why they're there. And if you come up with a cool question or something, we'll get you the mic too, and the audience can ask some questions, whatever. So we're trying to give little hints, but not too much. And the person who's going to go outside holding the press conference has to figure out what's going on. So any takers to be Dan? Okay. Dan's going to be the press conference holder. So let's wait for him to get outside, and then we'll come up with something good. That was really good. Most times, the ABC game, it's like, dear. But you guys are fast-paced. I like it.
Zowie is my power move.
Zowie is your power?
Yeah.
Okay.
I derive all the strength from the letter Z.
Heard the door shut. So, okay, what kind of press conference can, is it Dan? Yeah, Dan. What kind of press conference is Dan holding outside? What do we think? McDonald's, you guys got to give it up with the McDonald's stuff. You guys need to branch out. Oh, that's okay. What is it? Area 51. Area 51? Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so is it the person, like, invading Area 51 or the person, like...
He's explaining what's in Area 51.
Oh, ooh, good. Should we make it... Let's make it weird. Let's make it like some kind of celebrity that's unrelated to Area 51 who's trying to explain it. How about that? Mike Tyson, yes. Whoever said that, like, you need to come all the time because that's perfect. Mike Tyson explaining Area 51. Holy crap! Just take my money now. Like, I'm in. Okay, you guys want to tell him? Cool. And I will send the mic down to y'all. And
how are you? Good. Glad to hear it. Oh.
Thank you very much. I've been tapped to address the situation that's going on, so I'll be ready to, if I can see anybody, I'll be ready to take your questions. Just fire away.
I got a question. First off, are you hearing okay?
So far, I seem to be hearing just fine.
All right,
but,
just like to wonder with your history and all. So.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for your being considerate.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you.
Now, is this in any way related to the recent invasion?
I have to say no. This is unrelated to the invasion. I thought that maybe there was going to be some kind of correlation there, but it turns out it was entirely coincidental.
Right here.
Yes.
Did that thing on your face hurt?
It's excruciating. Right now, I'm in such great agonizing pain. I can't imagine even being up here, but I'm powering through it because I want to give you the answers that you need. Yes.
Do you think you could have avoided the pain had you bobbed and weaved a little more?
Well, I've got to say that that's certainly always an option. I really, when a person like that with the big tattoo on his face is coming at you, there aren't very many options as far as what to do. So you just do what you can. Yes.
Yes, a good question here, sir. With a man of your athletic prowess, it has been said that you can't stop them all, but would you be able to stop them all, you think?
I think I could certainly stop them all. I stopped many of them, and the ones that landed really had no effect. Yes.
I'm sorry. Would you describe the situation you experienced as super scary?
Yes. It was super scary. I calmed myself down. I listened to Phil Collins in the Air Tonight, and I played along with the drum solo, and I thought that really helped. I felt like I was a bit hungover at the time, but I persevered, had a bloody nose, but I was good.
Now, was your original statement about it being a weather balloon, was that true?
No, that was absolutely false. I made that up. I was improvising it.
Is there any other questions from the news gallery while we're down here? Any other questions? Oh, we have one over here. Yes.
I'd like to know if you finished with the autopsies yet.
Finished with the autopsies. I'm getting there. It's hard to work with those gloves on, but I get it done. It's just hard to hold the instruments.
Any other questions from the news gallery while we're here? I mean, while we have his illustrious presence with us. I mean, no. Oh, we have one over here. Okay, so. What news outfit are you with? Oh, okay.
News 3. Okay. Do you play Pokemon Go?
It's the best game ever.
I think I could best sum this up with a song. I play Pokemon Go every day. I think that probably answers your question.
Now that the correspondent from High Times has asked his question, oh, that was a child. So, I'm just gonna give this one.
Do you think people will want to get close to you because of your history with biting?
Why would people want to be close to me?
Well, I mean, how are you going to do interviews with that history?
Why do birds suddenly appear every time I'm here? Just like me, they long to be close to me. Yes.
I'm just wondering, do you think that Roswell that ends well?
Absolutely. And actually, to be honest, they're coming to take me home.
All right, we think Dan knows what's up, but we're going to go ahead and ask him anyway. What do you got, Dan? Who are you? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm pretty sure I was vacillating. At first I thought it was Evander Holyfield, but I might be Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
and I'm
Mike
pretty
Tyson.
sure there was an alien invasion, and I'm remarking on that, maybe taking the lead, doing the alien autopsies or something.
Yeah, it's Mike Tyson explaining Area 51.
Okay.
So there you go. Congratulations. Give him a round of applause. Wow, that was good. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes press conferences hit or miss, but that was awesome. All right, so we're gonna do a game for 3 people, 3 volunteers. We're gonna play a game called Stand, Sit, Lean. William wants in. William wants to play everything. So what do you got? Josh, William, you guys want a paper, rock, scissors for the 3rd spot?
We'll give Dan a break.
You give Dan a break? Okay, cool. So, stand. Whoa, little feedback there, James. Kill that. Stand, Sit, Lean is a game that is exactly as it sounds. You got 3 actors at all times. One person must be standing, one person must be sitting, one person may be leaning, and they have to work it out with themselves. And it gets pretty damn funny. So let's create a scene. Let's create a scene for these 3 gentlemen. Whoa! Just hold your energy, guys. it's gonna get madness in a minute. What kind of scene do we have for these 3 gentlemen?
They're at a funeral.
They're at a funeral. All right. Okay. This could go south quick. It's a clown's funeral. Yeah. Okay.
Clown's funeral?
A clown? Is it a specific clown or just any old clown? Like, are we talking bozo or just run-of-the-mill, like, birthday party clown? The It clown. You are like 7 years old. Why are you suggesting the It clown? I'm 10. Okay. Okay, I'm 35 and I'm terrified of that. So you are braver than I am. Okay, so they're at a funeral for Pennywise, the It clown, and your fellow clowns at Pennywise's funeral. Let's do that. Yeah, fellow clowns, stand, sit, lean, Pennywise's funeral. Take it away, boys.
That's it. I am not sitting up with the dead no more.
Yes, and I told him that he would give clowns a bad name.
Why? Why do you think that there's a clown with a bad name? I mean, wait a minute.
Are your shoes too big?
Yeah, I trip over my shoes all the time.
This is unbelievable.
I think we all just need to pay our respects.
You go next.
Okay. No one told me that this was going to be an open coffin. His shoes are too big. They keep propping up in the coffin again. Would somebody please? Would you take your shoes off, please?
I think it's the spider legs that's the problem. I'm in fits. I'm so upset.
So,
Somebody's got to say something.
does anybody know what his last words were?
No. He said, I'm sorry, Georgie.
George? Who's George?
I don't know.
Hey, is this Pennywise?
You know, I was always worried that the fame would go to his head.
I just
just can't.
Done with this game.
Look, we're all here. We should say something.
All right.
What's your favorite memory of him?
Well, one time, he was sitting in a sewer. Oh, wait, that never worked. And I saw this boat just come down. And then, it was so sweet. He just
Really? Tell me all about it.
two of the kids are right off. It was the most beautiful
I'm loving this. Fucking go.
These are trying times for all of us, guys.
He always liked red balloons.
But isn't that what happened? I mean, after all, he choked on a red balloon.
Why?
All right, we got two people standing for too long. Give them a round of applause. That's it. That's a very tough game to stay coordinated with.
Sit, stand, lean, kneel,
Fall down.
crawl,
Whatever the heck
lay.
that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got all sorts of different stances there, Joe. Good stuff.
Big finale.
Big finale. What kind of game can we go to next? What are you guys in the mood for? Anything? Is there a certain game that you guys like from like Improv, Who's Line, anything like that? We can go any way. We have a list of games, but we really want to get the audience feedback throughout the night. It's how unscripted, yeah. Any games come to mind, or do you want us to keep just rolling as we are?
Somebody say questions only.
Questions only. Oh my gosh! You know what's going on. Awesome. All right, questions only. Jump up in there. All four of you, right? Yeah, all four of you in a line. We start at the end. It's questions, one continuous scene. If you mess up, you're out. Last person standing gets a high five from the other three and establishes dominance, I guess. What's the scene for these four gentlemen? What do we got?
Not all at once, please.
What? Presidential debate? Yikes. Okay. Presidential debate.
I hope you guys are ready.
Okay.
What do you even mean?
Yeah. Okay. Presidential debate's fine. We try not to get too political on anything. Because just, let's not offend anybody. Let's just say that.
Let's just say it.
Let's just say it. Let's
Cannot be held responsible for that.
Hey, I don't know what you guys are gonna do. That's Okay. Presidential debate. We'll just go with that. I don't know. Are you guys each candidates? I guess. Sure.
Sure.
All right. 4 candidates. Presidential debate. Questions only. Go for it.
Why am I here?
Do you know what time the debate starts?
Do you care what these two have to say?
Do you all really think that you can beat me?
What's he been drinking?
You smell it too?
Do you see it on his skin?
Was this whiskey?
Do you really think he doesn't know the difference?
Are you drinking before a debate? Are you kidding me?
Can't we just focus on the issues?
Is that a problem?
Why can't you ever just play along?
Why are you even running in this race?
Who knows whose turn it is?
Who wants to elect a man with a killer clown shirt?
Is he even polling well?
What are my poll numbers?
Yours are very bad, I believe, don't you?
Am I really the only clown here?
Have you considered your poll numbers?
Do you really even have to ask?
What about Obama?
Do I not get to ask a question at all?
Do you know how to speak up?
You gonna let me?
How loud would you like me to be?
Could you be a little quieter?
Why won't anybody give me a turn?
Hey, doesn't this guy know the grown-ups are talking?
Who do you think you are?
Are you?
All right, keep going, fast pace. Let's go.
Doesn't anyone have any control over this thing?
Who let them in here?
Who's the moderator?
Are you asking the question?
Like I'm asking you the questions?
Aren't I asking the questions?
Why is my
Are we all going to end our questions with the word questions?
Why is my skin so orange?
Did you eat Cheetos?
What is your platform?
Do I have to have a platform?
Don't you think that's a good idea?
No, I like it. I can do the rematch. I want one-on-one.
Come on.
I've never won that game.
Yeah, it's supposed to go down the line, either 1 through 4 and then back to 1, or snake it back.
Like going whenever we wanted to. So
Yeah,
we're probably
no.
not Democrats.
If
I was the best.
Ne-
I've always been the best.
all right, next game. What do we got? Let's do another game of Party Quirks. Who wants to host this time? A different host. Who Bobby hosted last time. Josh, you want to host one? You want to host? Okay. Josh, step outside. This time we're going to get the audience's feedback on what the quirks are. Something really cool that they can do at this party that Josh is going to have to guess. Let's wait for the door click. All right, let's go with some ideas. Let's start out with Bobby. What can Bobby do at this party? What can his affliction or he's got Tourette's? Okay. Tourette's. Let's give him a little bit of a characterization too. Like what kind of person is he that has Tourette's? Like is he
Roman Catholic priest.
Okay. Okay. I should have vetoed the debate. I'm going to veto religion just for this one. What do we got?
Spicy crowd.
Yeah, no, they're.
It's like he's from another country or something.
What?
Wait, where? Get him at it.
Okay. He's got Tourette's. What else? What?
You can only speak when asked a question.
Okay. He can only speak when asked a question, then he has Tourette's? Okay. Maybe? You're looking very concerned.
I only speak in song lyrics.
Only speaks in song lyrics? Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, and Tourette's?
Yeah.
Okay,
Punched out.
Tourette's only speaks in song lyrics. What do we got for Dan?
It's got to do jazz hands.
He's got to do jazz hands.
You know me.
Yeah.
I can't see you, but you know me.
Okay. He's a motivational speaker who does jazz hands. How about that? Motivational speaker who does jazz hands. And for William, what do we got? Suggestions? He's got what?
Please.
He's got fleas. Okay. What? Can we do a little something extra with the fleas? That sounded terrible. He's what now?
Narcissistic with social anxiety.
Narcissistic.
You know me.
He's narcissistic with social anxiety and he has fleas. Good. Okay, you guys got all that?
Layers.
It's very layered. Yes. All right. Go ahead and his name's Greg. All right. Good. So, we can't leave that out. You're Greg. You're narcissist Greg. Wow. This is gonna be crazy. Let's get our doorbell queued up. And there's our host. He brought donuts. And go ahead and start setting up, Josh, and we will doorbell as needed.
Let's get this party started. Get some music going. Come on in, Lifty.
I know you can make this the best party that has ever been. All you have to do is believe in yourself and say, "What a party!"
Enjoy yourself, Dan. We got some.
Thank you.
Ate all those. Enjoy yourself. Come on in. Hey, I didn't mean to make you mad. I just said hi. Did I answer the door too fast?
Here I go again on my own.
You're not alone. Here, dance with this guy.
You're a fabulous dancer. I just wanted you to know that, and I think you could be the best dancer in the world.
No one bites us.
Come on in.
The party is here. I didn't expect so many people.
Look, it's Greg!
No, it's okay. I have a fear of crowds myself, so it's all right. Just come on in. Here, I'll help you dance.
Hey, careful. These like to jump off.
Greg, I just wanted to tell you, you have the power within you to overcome anything that's going on, Greg, you've got
Take
the
it
power.
on, baby.
I got a special shampoo. I didn't think anybody could notice.
Hey, keep singing. We'll dance.
You're the best dancer I know. You can do this.
Do you need medication?
No, it's all right. Enjoy the view, fellas.
All right.
That's it. Work that flexibility. You can be the most limber person in the world.
I read your book. The sales are terrible. We don't need any motivation today. You're fine. Hey. Can you
I didn't like being shot.
Can you not look over there? I don't.
Story of Greg's life.
Sarah's smile.
My feelings are hurt now.
Do you need to get back to the old people's home? Are you gonna make it?
Don't feed me no lies and keep your hands to yourself.
How you doing, good looking? Oh, okay.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? How's that?
We're all dancing, so I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm the best dancer in town. Alone. I'm the best dancer alone.
You need a bandage.
Yeah. Personal bubbles, all right, man?
Well, we're in the South. There's no personal bubbles here, so get over that.
Come on, Greg.
You trying to show me up, man?
Why do you keep calling him Greg?
What's his name? Coming in tonight. Don't touch me there.
Hey, look, most people are cool with it, all right?
All right, Josh, what do you got for each one of these guys? What do you think about
what? Some sort of
motivational speaker with
jazz hands.
Jazz hands. There you go. Good job. All right. What about William?
William has a lot of phobias. He's scared of everything, mostly crowds, and he's got leprosy.
He's a narcissistic, and he has social anxiety, and he has fleas. And his name's Greg. His name is Greg. Don't forget that.
We were told that his name was Greg.
You
are the only one.
You only speak in song lyrics, and you escaped from someplace.
He only speaks in song lyrics, and he has Tourette's. So there you go. Good job. Round of applause for all four of them. Good stuff. Holy smokes, that was pretty cool. Okay, let's try. We talked about this before the show about trying this game, interrogation. It's very similar to the press conference where one person's going to go outside and they're accused of a crime. They come back in and two cops are interrogating them, and they don't know, the accused doesn't know what they're accused of, and the cops try to drop little hints and work together. Good cop, bad cop. So let's do that. Who wants to be the person being interrogated?
Yeah, no.
You haven't been outside? All right, Williams, that dude is 100 miles an hour all the time. All right, so he's out there. What is he at the county jail for? What is he accused of? What can they be interrogating him for? What do we got?
He thought the bank was a restaurant, so he got $2 million from it.
He thought the bank was a restaurant? I missed the first part of that. I'm sorry.
And then he said, "Give me all you got," and then...
You're oddly specific. Let's.
Driving drunk on a lawnmower.
Okay, that is a little too close to home.
This is Ringgold.
No. You can. Hey, I have it on good authority. You can get a DUI on a lawnmower.
You get through.
I know.
Okay. Okay. DUI. He's accused of drunk driving on a lawnmower. Something else crazy. Let's make it a crime spree. What else has he done? He's part of the Russian mafia, and he's part of the Russian mafia, and he's a driving alcoholic on lawnmowers. Let's do that. That is awesome. Okay, who wants to be the two cops? You want to be a cop?
I'll be a cop.
Okay, Josh, you're gonna take a breather on this one. Regroup from the party you just hosted with all the weirdos, and sit with your family. Yeah, you bring your family. Okay, so he's going to get him. I almost said what it was after the door opened, so I'm gonna put the microphone down. All right, he's in the interrogation room. Take it away, guys.
Let's both be the good.
Sorry, I didn't hurt you.
Oh, no.
You want to let you recover?
Well, I mean, the cuffs are a little tight, but they're fuzzy, so it's fine.
I think we need to speak his language. We have ways of making you talk!
He hasn't had his caffeine yet. It's okay.
Louder!
What she said.
Tell me, did you really think you could get away with it? That far down the road?
Kinda.
Is it the model with the 42-inch or the 48-inch?
That's a pretty personal question, and I don't appreciate it.
Did you think you were in any kind of condition to handle that kind of horsepower?
I mean, Donald Trump just handed me the bottle. I didn't know it was whiskey.
Yet!
You speak really good English. I'm so happy for you. How long have you been here?
12 years or so. I've acclimated very well.
What about your buddies? Huh? What about your buddies? Were they out there mowing them down?
We used to landscape for a while, but it business kind of dropped for the winter, and it was cool.
Can you please tell me, automatic or stick shift?
Well, that's another very personal question, and I just think I prefer to talk to the other man.
Is he more your type? I'm sorry.
Pretty proud of yourself, aren't you?
Well, I was narcissistic, but I have social anxiety.
Which yard did you start with?
Well, usually we would start with the front yard, as that is where, that's where everyone can see from the street.
Do you even remember? How much did you drink?
Well, it was a very large bottle, so,
Now, did you pick it up down at the quick stop down here? Because that's where I go.
Well, when I hopped into the vehicle, we drove it to the quick stop. There was no vehicle. I was never in any vehicles.
Almost.
All right, so your memory may be a little fuzzy, but you know that little lever, the one that has a rabbit on one end and a turtle on the other? Did you have it on the rabbit or did you have it on the turtle?
All right, fine, I will tell you. We were having the party, and the landscaping business wasn't doing so well, so we just decided maybe we would go down to Dilvex and borrow a mower or two. So we drove the mowers down to the quick stop after drinking heavily, but I blame Sven.
Sounds like a confession to me.
Yes, mower in the first degree.
But now that this is all settled, perhaps we could talk plea bargains?
How much you charge for a full acre lot?
Well, for you...
Offer him a drink.
Oh, for all the drinks you can have?
So, yes,
Okay, come on.
All right.
See you later.
All right, good job. I wasn't sure how that was going to go, but no, it went really well.
Would you turtle?
So what did I do?
You tell us. Yeah, what is he? What was it?
You were caught drunk driving on a lawnmower.
And you're in the Russian Mafia. Russian Mafia DUI lawnmower guy.
Russian. Oh, I thought we were doing
Yeah,
German.
you were doing German. It's fine.
I would have said
Yeah.
vodka.
Yeah. After the first couple of sentences in German accent, I was like, no, he's fine. He'll either change or he'll run with this. He ran with it. Okay, you guys want to do another round of the ABC game? The other two that weren't involved in the first round? Sure. Dan, Bobby? Do the ABC game, and then we will move on to our finale of Scenes from a Hat. So let's come. You guys were uncomfortable where you're standing. Okay. I like it. So let's come up with a scenario for these two gentlemen. We got Dan and Bobby. What could they be doing before we jump into the ABC game? Where are they at? Who are they? What are they involved in? They're deep sea fishing. I like it. What else we got to go with it? Let's make it weird. Lightsaber fighting while they're deep sea fishing. I like it. I don't really think we need anything else to go with that. Right? Is that good with y'all? Yeah, good? Okay. You're lightsaber fighting while you're deep sea fishing. Both your hands are going to be, never mind. All right. So.
Albacore off the starboard bow.
Better get the big net.
Starboard bow.
Better get the big net.
Can you find it? I can't see it.
Careful. Careful. Don't step off the boat.
Did you just start with a C after I used a C?
Don't know.
Every letter we alternate.
For Pete's sake.
Good grief, do we need to start over?
Heck if I know.
I don't know what this story is.
Just keep going.
Okay.
Love this.
Make a cast out into the right there.
No.
Oh, come on, it's right there.
Please, that thing is so small.
Quit talking, he's gonna get away.
Ugly.
Really, you don't know the alphabet?
Shut up.
Tell me to shut up again.
Unique fish.
Very bad improv.
What do you expect? I mean, you know.
Exactly.
You're not so good yourself.
Zip it, Bobby.
All right. Round of applause on the weirdest game of ABC game ever. You know, to be as off as that was pretty damn entertaining. So.
And he teaches school. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A school of fish?
All right. Yeah, no, we're done with that. We're done repeatedly. Okay, so we're closing in on the end of the improv portion of the show. We're gonna do a game called Scenes from a Hat. So we get two gentlemen on that side, two gentlemen on this side. I'm just gonna throw out different scenarios, and then they don't know what these scenarios are. And then once I say it, they're gonna jump in the middle and give kind of their interpretation or their take on whatever that topic is. Try to keep it clean. There are children present, so you know. Yeah, there's more than one and more than a handful. Okay. So, scenes from a hat. Here we go. Ooh. Musicals that are destined to bomb on Broadway. Musicals that are destined to bomb on Broadway.
When you can't sing, you don't say a thing. Can you buzz me?
Yeah, buzz.
Greg went to a party and nobody knew what he was doing there.
Then it's Doc, you cannot see.
You cannot not see, get it?
All right. Odd things for a talking doll to say. Odd things for a talking doll to say.
Anything?
One, 3, 4. I know where the bodies are buried.
Oh, whoa.
Why don't we hold each other anymore like we used to?
Bad things to hear in a restaurant. Bad things to hear in a restaurant.
So, my doctor just told me I've got leprosy.
Order up. It is most certainly not my pleasure.
Fire!
What do you mean you don't put the shells in the cake?
What? Sales
What was
pitch.
that you were saying about a frothy yellow discharge? I got one frothy yellow discharge.
Sales pitches gone wrong. Sales pitches gone wrong. Nobody wants to touch it.
Give me 1 sec. Gotta keep it on the level.
Yeah. Sales pitches gone wrong? No? Going once? Going twice? All right. Doctors you wouldn't want to operate on you. Doctors you wouldn't want to operate on you.
Good Scott!
Hi there, I'm Dr. Kevorkian. So who's the patient today? Hey y'all, I'm Dr. Dre, what up?
The world's worst neighbor. The world's worst neighbor. Yikes.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
Crapper's full.
Oh.
But there's no problem. I just mowing my lawn.
Things you can say about a video game but not your girlfriend. Things you can say about a video game but not your girlfriend.
I don't know, man. It's nice, but it's kind of bloated. Takes forever to load. Sometimes you just have to blow on it.
They just come out with the same version every year. They just put a new cover on it.
I just can't beat it anymore.
Man, these graphics used to be something, but now all they do is lag.
Yikes.
Oh no, I'd like to bring some friends over sometime, make a night of it.
As a follow-up, is this game 4-player?
Oh, yikers. Okay. Outtakes from Antiques Roadshow. Outtakes from Antiques Roadshow.
So this is an M&M. And that's an M&M. And that's an, you just brought a bag of M&Ms. I don't care if they're from 1954. You just brought a bag of M&Ms! Sorry. How much you think Granny's worth?
What if I take out my teeth?
Bad things to say while going through the metal detector at an airport. Bad things to say while going through a metal detector at an airport.
I got a bomb in my butt.
Never hosting this again.
Oh, well, at least you're cuter than the last guy.
Oh, I can't believe it. Is this not where the pilots go? All right, just send my drink to the cockpit.
All right. Pick up lines of a blind person. Pick up lines of a blind person. Okay, don't race out there.
I bet your face feels great.
No.
I've been told I have a face for radio.
Public service announcements you'll never hear. Public service announcements you will never hear.
So the next time you're thinking about drinking and driving, always use a snapper.
Mike Tyson today has confirmed the existence of aliens at Area 51. Here with a statement, Mike Tyson.
Deleted scenes from Toy Story. Deleted scenes from Toy Story. Don't shatter the young innocence of this audience.
Imagine a stormtrooper from back in the Star Wars days. No, not the black Sharpie. No.
YDNA. What does YDNA spell? Well, he doesn't play with them anymore. We'll just throw him out.
Things you don't expect to hear from a seashell when you hold it to your ear. Things you don't expect to hear from a seashell when you hold it to your ear.
No, I don't want to lower my credit score.
Really? My car's extended warranty again? This is totally stolen, but I'm going to use it. Pull me down!
Please hold. Your call is very important to us. That's for the older folks.
Oh, hi, Mom. What? No, I know. I meant to get down there, but we're on vacation. No, I'll call you. I'll have to call you back.
Oh, thanks. I'm sure your hair smells terrific, too.
Okay, last one. Here we go. World's worst things to say to your in-laws. World's worst things to say to your in-laws.
Yikes, is that what you're going to look like in 40 years?
So, do you offer like a 2-for-1 discount?
I'm not sure where that's going.
All right, Big Kahuna, let's talk the will.
Honey, she's not fat. I got a bomb in my butt.
Are we ending on that? Come on. We're going to end the night with a bomb in the butt?
That usually ends the night.
You know, I like you so much better than my last in-laws.
Oh.
So that's what you're wearing to dinner, huh?
Ah, thank God you're rich.
So you didn't tell her she was a doctor?
Oh. Anybody else? That it? All right, give them a round of applause, guys. That's the end of Scenes from a Hat. It's really hard to come up here and do this stuff on the spot. These guys are super talented. Give it up for Bobby. Give it up for Dan. Give it up for Josh. Give it up for William. We're gonna take keep it going. Awesome stuff.
And he's one heck of a guy. Would you welcome Dan Lyons?
Thank you. So I didn't know I was supposed to be PG-13 tonight. So I had to run backstage and work on some dirty stuff real quick for you guys. So if it's not dirty enough, I'm sorry. But, that's just what I do. So I did perform here back in late March, about 4 months ago. I don't know if any of you were here that night. I was really super nervous coming into that night because I hadn't done comedy in like 20 years or so. And I'm nervous again tonight, and I don't have as much of an excuse because it's only been 4 months. But for those of you that were here, just so you'll know, I have learned to distinguish self-deprecating comedy from self-defecating comedy. You're welcome. My wife's here, and I know she didn't like that joke. And she's going to tell me she didn't care for that one, but that's okay because we have a few differences, and we get past them. On the biotic issue, she is very probiotic, and I am as antibiotic as you can get. Somehow we make it work. She's a bit of a workaholic. I have never touched a drop of workahol. We work on our marriage frequently. Now, she's got this work ethic, though. Like our jobs have us some days like she's working and I'm not, and some days I'm working and she's not. So on days when I'm working and she's not, she's at home, she has this list of things she wants to get done. And so I'll come home, and I don't even really ask, but she'll say, I was going to get this done, but I spent 40 minutes on hold with the insurance company, and then the computer was acting up, and then I had to go take this thing to the thing, and the traffic was bad, and then it all just happened, and I didn't get it done. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. Thank you for letting me know. And then on days when I'm not working and she comes home, and I had a long list of things to do, and she says, what happened? Why didn't you? And I say, I just didn't do it. Sorry. But, we've been married almost 23 years. It'll be 23 years here in a couple of weeks. And that seems like a long time. I'm pretty sure we're going to go all the way. All the way to death. But, when in heaven, there's no marriage. Did you know that? We were at church a few weeks ago, and in the sermon was preaching out of Mark 12. And he's to the part where Jesus is talking about marriage, and Jesus says there is no marriage in heaven. Now, in hell, you stay married forever and ever. But I'm like, oh, there's no marriage in heaven. I turned to my son. He's 16 years old. I turned to him and I said, son, you know what this means. There's no marriage in heaven. So one day when we're all in heaven, on Christmas, since your mom and I aren't married anymore, you're going to have to spend half the day with me and half the day with her. And he's a pretty smart kid. And he says, well, Dad, won't you be spending half the day with your dad and half the day with your mom? I said, no, son, they'll be dead by then. So fortunately, my parents are still very much alive. At least they were this afternoon. So I'm pretty sure we're still there. I haven't gotten a call or a text. But they are getting older. They're both in their 80s now, and there are struggles with having aging parents, especially and of course if they're not healthy, that's kind of sad struggles. When they're healthy and getting older, that's just a whole new level of frustration, right? Because technology does not jive well with the aging. 35 years ago, I was trying to teach them how to put an outgoing message on the answering machine. And 30 years ago, I was trying to teach them how to program a VCR. And 20 years ago, I was trying to teach them how to send an email. 10 years ago, I had to tell my mom to stop signing her texts, "Love, Mom." But this is nothing compared to giving an octogenarian a smartphone. It's difficult. Yeah, my dad was 82 when he got his first smartphone. And so I was there, and he walks up to me and says, will this show me the Braves scores? And I said, yeah, here, let me, and I was like, okay, what's the best way to do this? And easiest way to do it, so I'm not getting a call every 20 minutes. So I said, I'm going to put the ESPN app on here. And so I downloaded the app, and I said, all right, it wants an email address. Why is that? Are they gonna email me the Brave scores? I said, no, Dad. It's just they just so they'll know that you're you and everything. Just, you're setting up a little profile here. And so email address, I put that in. And I said, now they want a username and a password. Username and a password. Easy. Are the Brave scores a secret? I said, no, Dad, the password is so that, you set up a profile and a username and a password just for security's sake so that they know that you're you. This is bad. Is somebody going to pretend to be me and fraudulently check the Brave scores? And now, I get it, though. I get it. This is not just an octogenarian thing, because I'm 50 and I'm trying to play my son's little NASCAR game, and I sit behind the wheel with the little controller, and I'm like, make me Kurt Busch! I just want to be Kurt Busch! Yeah, I don't know how to plug this thing in. So it happens to the best of us. Now my mom handled technology just a little bit better, but she's pretty smart. My mom knows about a lot of things. She's an expert. I was always amazed at some of the things she knew about. My mom is an expert on pigsties. You know how I know? Because she would come into my room and she would say, "This is the worst looking pigsty I've ever seen." Seen a lot of pigsties, have you, Mom? I'm like, Mom, you know what? Let's get real. Pigsties are full of mud and feces. Now, there's not as much clutter in a pigsty, but still, look around. Do you see any mud? No, there's no mud. And look around. Do you see? There's no mud. No mud. So, I'm a teacher. And it's summer vacation. Summer vacation's almost over. I know. And people with real jobs are like, oh, poor you. You haven't worked since Memorial Day. Yeah, I know. But, a lot of teachers, they don't even keep track of what day of the week it is. They're like, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, I don't know. During the school year, we are acutely aware of what day it is. Except for Tuesdays. Every Tuesday afternoon, every teacher in the world goes, how on earth is it only Tuesday? But during the summer, nothing. Now, we have no idea. A couple of years ago, though, I decided I better start keeping track of what day of the week it is, because there's nothing worse than trying to go to Chick-fil-A on Sunday. So, I was thinking, how the children of Israel, when they left the captivity in Egypt, this is in the Bible, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, they left captivity and they wandered through the desert for 40 years going toward the promised land. And they didn't have any food. They didn't pack a lunch. And so God said, don't worry about it. I'm every morning, you're going to step outside your tent, and there's going to be this stuff on the ground, and it's called manna. And it's just little bread-type stuff, these little flakes, and that's going to be your food. It's all you need. So just go out and get all you need for that day, that one day. Have faith. There will be more the next day. And they're like, all right, we can do that. And he said, but there's one day I'm not going to provide any manna, okay, the Sabbath. So you need to go out the day before the Sabbath, and you need to gather twice as much. Don't worry. It'll still be good. It won't rot, won't spoil. Have faith. But I'm going to take care of you even when I'm not providing the food. And why is Chick-fil-A not doing this? How hard could it be? You make twice as much on Saturday. You set it outside. I'll put $2 in a box for a biscuit. Have faith. I enjoy Chick-fil-A. It's fun to go there and try to make them say my pleasure as many times as you can within the context of one transaction there. But they do have that divisive issue, that thing that people complain about, and it's in the news and stuff, and the protesters. And I get it. I totally get it. They make cows look illiterate. Eat more chicken. Yeah, cows are smarter than that. Bunch of Homo sapiens totally ruining the bovine agenda. Yeah. But, I'm tangled up. Sorry. I forgot what I was going to do next. Y'all got to bear with me. I've already skipped like half my material. See, I told y'all I'm nervous. I told Adam, yeah, I'll go up there and do about 20 minutes. I'm going to do about 4. Anybody got any questions? This is embarrassing. It's in there somewhere. I'll find it. Sorry, guys. So, I don't teach the... Yes. Why didn't I use that during improv, right? I don't know. So, I guess y'all could tell by some of my previous jokes, I do go to church. I've been going to church all my life. I'm getting pretty good at it. And, I've been a Baptist, like I was raised Baptist. And there are a couple things I really like about the Baptist church. The way they name their churches. They started out, a new town popped up, and they built a Baptist church, and they said, we're the Baptist church. And then another Baptist church popped up, and they said, we're a Baptist church too. And they said, we were first. First Baptist church. And I said, all right, we're second. Second Baptist church. And then another Baptist church pops up, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna stop the number thing. Everybody remembers gold and silver. Nobody wants to think about bronze. So we're going to go with Friendship Baptist Church or Community Baptist Church or the name of the town Baptist Church. That's what we're going to do. Now, they're doing it better than the banks are, okay? You got First Bank. Have you heard of Fifth Third Bank? Where did that come from? All right, so we've got First Bank, we've got Second Bank, and then we've got Third Bank. Well, the first Third Bank failed. And then the guys that started Third Bank said, all right, we're just going to start another Third Bank. We'll call this one Second Third Bank. It failed. Third Bank. Fourth Third Bank. Tanked. Finally, Fifth Third Bank. So anyway, I grew up at Fifth Third Baptist Church. Actually, a lot of Baptist churches are dropping Baptist out of their name. They've been doing it for several years now. Somehow back in the 90s, Baptist kind of started to get a bad rap. Things with the Southern Baptist Convention and whatnot. So they just started kind of slowly, quietly removing Baptist from the name of their church. And Friendship Baptist Church became Friendship Church. And Community Baptist Church became Community Church. And it actually happened with the church I grew up in. I was very disappointed. They just kind of chopped the Baptist off at the end. And it didn't really help with attendance. And that's a shame because I always enjoyed my time growing up at Poking the Eye with the Sharp Stick Baptist Church. And I understand what happened there. But the thing about the Baptist church that really appeals to me is the emphasis that they place on food. All the Baptists know this. Baptists love to eat, okay? There's that verse in the Bible that says, wheresoever 2 or 3 of ye are gathered in my name, thou shalt be a bucket of chicken in thy midst. Only the Baptist church is going to start their season of supplication with the annual prayer and fasting banquet. They even do communion. They treat communion like a meal. Every other religion calls it communion. You know what the Baptists call it? The Lord's Supper. We're going to have the Lord's Supper today. I'm like, supper? It's a little wafer the size of my thumbnail and a little plastic shot glass full of Welch's. It's the Lord's Supper. You just sit right there. We're going to serve it to you. Okay? It's like being at a restaurant. You don't have to move. You just sit there. They bring it to you. You take the elements. You partake. And then you're done. Okay? Restaurant style. Okay? Now some other churches, they do it more buffet style, where you go up and you get it and you take it back to your seat and you sit down and you partake there. Okay? There's no salad bar. You don't get to go back more than once. Where's the chocolate fountain? This is not Golden Corral. By the way, Golden Corral, they say you can dip whatever you want in the chocolate fountain, but then you do, and they're like, sir, that's against the health code. Put your shoes back on. And the other churches, they do more of a drive-in style communion where you go up, you get the elements, you take them right there, and then you go back to your seat. Okay? Although usually their ice cream machine is broken, and about half the time they say, could you just pull up to that pew right there and we'll bring it right out to you? Yeah. I don't know if I should have been a teacher. Maybe I'm not good enough at it. I've thought about other jobs. Thought about going into radio at one point. Thought I'd make a pretty good DJ and take song requests and stuff, and then it occurred to me that at some point, all these people that call and request songs are going to discover the internet, and it's going to be over. I thought about being a traffic reporter, because, that's pretty cool. You go on for 30 seconds, and you tell people what's going on in the traffic. But then if you think about it, on a heavy traffic day, 30 seconds is not long enough. You got to describe all that's going on. There's a tractor trailer jackknife over here, and there's ice on the road over here, and a slowdown over here, and construction over here, and it's a big mess. But on days when there's not a lot of traffic, 30 seconds is a long time. They're like, yeah, it's all clear out there. Speed limit drive. I've still got 17 seconds to go. And then it starts to sound like that magic mirror on Romper Room. I can see East Ridge, and I can see Dalton, and I can see Cleveland, and it's all clear in Saudi Daisy. Another job I'm not that great at, homeowner. I'm not so big on, maintenance and cleaning and things like that. Being a teacher, I'm busy a lot during the school year, and when summer hits, I always have this big, long to-do list of tasks to get done, and the first one is always take down the Christmas tree. So once we get that done, then we've got stuff that we want to donate. So we gather up all the stuff we're going to donate, and I take it to the place, and I walk in with my bins and boxes full of stuff, and I say, so is this Goodwill? And they say, no, sir, this is the Salvation Army. And I say, well, okay, Goodwill, Salvation Army, same thing. And well, actually, sir, Salvation Army is, and I say, whoa. Will you take the stuff I no longer want and my wife won't let me throw away? And yes, sir. Very well, then. But, the house is still a little bit of a mess. Just got stuff to do to clean it up. But it's kind of like, if a crime ever happened at my house, the investigators would have a really hard time. Because I watch these shows, and they go into the house where the crime happened, and they're like, well, I can tell they left in a hurry. How do you know? Well, the beds are unmade. Or maybe they just have better things to do than make the bed. Look at this grit on the floor. This grit on the floor is a clue. It'll help us solve the crime. Or maybe I just haven't swept in a couple of weeks. I don't know. But yeah, now I hear some of you laughing, and some of you are like, no. See, keep a clean house. But I know, some of you, when someone's coming into your house, what do? You stop them at the door and you say, before you go in, I just want to apologize. My house is such a mess, and I didn't have a chance to clean it up. And then I go in, and there's a newspaper folded neatly on the coffee table. And they're like, I'm so sorry, you had to see that. And that's the extent of the mess. And I'm like, my living room looks like Toys R Us threw up in it. Okay? And so my wife is like, we just can't let people in the house. We don't have people over to the house anymore. And she says, it reflects badly on me. She says, I don't want people to think we live this way. I said, no, honey. You don't want people to know we live this way. And that's all I've got. Thank you very much.
Good job, Dan. All right, well, he mentioned his 80-year-old father. Adam asked me to videotape this tonight, so I've got a video camera running in the background. And since I'm doing something for Adam, Adam's going to have to let me do something. Today, when we're videotaping this, today is my father's 82nd birthday. And I got to tell you one story about my dad. Can I tell you one story? I don't care, Adam. I'm going to do it anyways. My dad is legendary in our family for never, ever, and I mean never, getting a joke right. He will ruin the punchline long before it happens. In fact, he's been known to start out the joke by telling you the punchline just to remove all the mystery about it. Except one time. One time, he got a joke right. On my wedding day. I got married on July 4th. Yeah, July 4th, 1992. So after the ceremony, we're in the pastor's office. I'm getting changed, getting ready to take off to the honeymoon with my beautiful bride. And my dad puts his hand on my shoulder, and I thought, oh my, this is it. This is a hallmark moment. My dad is going to impart some wisdom to his newly married son, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. He says, son, I just want you to remember something. On the day that America celebrates her independence, you lost yours. The one time you get a joke right, Dad, it's at my expense. Thanks, pal. Appreciate that. Hey, the next guy that's coming up, you saw hosting the Improv this evening. He's open for the likes of Carlos Mencia, Hannibal Barris, and Bobcat Goldthwait. He is currently working as an actor on season 3 of the Netflix show Ozark. Would you please welcome TRP's main man, Mr. Adam Cook.
All right, keep it going for Dan and Bobby. Dan and Bobby. People don't realize how hard this is to come up here and just a person and a microphone and hold the audience's attention for the entire time you're up here. It's like the most, the purest, most difficult form of entertainment I think there is. So I'm glad you guys are here tonight. The Improv was fun. This is going to be fun. I'm going to tell some jokes, tell some stories, and hopefully get you guys involved a little bit. I was hosting the Improv. I'm Adam Cook. Kind of fill you in a little bit about me. My 3 favorite things in life are hoodies, high fives, and big girls that know how to keep a secret. Let's see. Me too. You and me both, brother. It's the big girls that do the most stuff. So, whoa, silence. Okay. No, I did like a 5-minute spot during the last show. We had a comic not show up, and I'm like, hey, there was one lady who was just pushing me. She's like, hey, you should do a little bit of time. It'll be great. You make people laugh with your stories. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll give it a shot. Impromptu, got up here, had some laughs, kind of got the juices flowing again because I haven't done comedy in a long time. So, you guys can thank her whenever you see her. She is my grandmother. So it wasn't really a paying customer that was like, hey, we want to hear more. It was just some old lady who she remembers like 6 names, and I'm one of them. So she's like, yeah, you should do comedy again because that's all I can remember. So, yeah, it's been a good night. I was almost late getting here tonight. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but you ever stop at the gas station, and if you're in a rush especially, there's always some old-timer in front of you buying a crap load of lotto tickets? Every damn time I'm in a hurry. They're up there getting the scratch-offs, and they're yelling at the clerk, I need a 9, a 42, and 2 7s. Yeah, you should take care of the brown spot on your gray sweatpants there first, Edgar. Because it ain't raining and you standing in a puddle. So, why don't you get it together? Old people are the best, though. Like, I love old people. Like, just their stories and their outlook on stuff and just the activities that they take part in. I went to Hardee's the other morning, right here in Ringgold. That place is hopping in the mornings. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. It's like the cast of Cocoon in that joint. I mean, it's just every old person in the county is at Hardee's in the morning. You can drive by there in the evenings, and it looks like a ghost town. There's nobody in line, no nothing. You can't get a spot over there in the morning at the Hardee's. Like, I mean, I didn't want to mess with the drive-thru, right? So I'm just going to walk in and get my food. I walk in expecting to smell biscuits and gravy, and I walk in, and all I smell is Bengay and regret. And I mean, I stepped on an oxygen tank. I was going to get my coffee, and this guy, he had the little rolly cart oxygen tank, which is, if anyone has one of those, that's fine. I'm not making fun of that. I'm just telling you what happened. He was sitting there, and he looked like he was having trouble getting out of the booth. He was kind of wedged in there, and he almost got out. Like I heard the, you know. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you just hang on for a second, because I will get whatever you want for you. I'll go get you your drink, whatever you need. And I was like, we're gonna get you. Sweet tea, got it. I'll be right back. We'll get you taken care of, sir. Speaking of old people, do you anybody else ever consider just like stealing their walker to see if they're faking it? No? Just me? I mean, if they fall down like a sack of potatoes, you know you were wrong, and they needed the damn thing. But yeah, I mentioned my grandmother earlier. She's probably my favorite of the old people species. Yeah, she's got it. Well, my grandfather died earlier this year, I know, and so she, you know, I didn't want her spending a lot of time alone, and I broke my one rule of not watching sports with women, and hanging out with Grandma, watching the Super Bowl, all right, and she has no interest in the game. We were just there for the companionship, but she also didn't understand the game at all. So she starts chiming in with logic, which you don't usually apply to sports. So she's like looking at the screen. I don't understand why these big giant assholes are beating each other up over a little bitty ball. They should give each and every one of them a ball and let them go home. I'm like, wow, 1-0 grandma. That is very, very logical and makes a whole lot of sense. You know, we did the funeral thing for my granddad, and it was weird. I'm kind of an observationalist. You know, I see stuff, and if it doesn't make sense, like I point it out, and I crank it over my head, and I turn it into little stories and jokes, and I do this a lot. I'm like, are you saying these words? You ever notice if you're at a viewing, you know, before the actual funeral, people are walking around and they're mingling and they're talking about the deceased and they're sharing stories and whatever. But you always got that one weird relative or friend who like goes up to the casket and they look them over and they start commenting on their disposition. They're like, she looks so good. They really did her makeup good. She looks good. She looks so peaceful. You're damn right she looks peaceful. She's dead, lady, okay? I mean, are you expecting to open the casket and see a lady in there doing cartwheels, or like, what the hell? Like, I don't... And it's like, are you processing these things before you say them? I don't know if I'm just a magnet for that, because I've been running into folks lately who will say stuff that doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And I just look at them like, you are a special breed of weird. Like, I don't... Like, there's a guy I work with, right? And the other day, we were standing there, dead silent, and he starts like looking around like this. And it looks like he's looking for something or sniffing for something. And I'm like, all right, bro? He's like, are you wearing Brute aftershave? Do I look like I'm wearing aftershave? He goes, what you mean? I was like, what I mean is, I don't think you understand how beards work. No, I'm not wearing aftershave. That would require shaving. I have a full beard. I look like a damn Sasquatch. I'm not wearing aftershave. I'm like, what? My dad wears it, and I smell it somewhere. I was like, all right, well, you're going to have to like pull some other people, because I got a full-on doohickey on my face. And that's not happening. I dated a girl one time who... We were texting back and forth. You know, we were all lovey-dovey when you first start seeing somebody new, and everything they say is awesome and cute and perfect. Yeah, it's not. When it doesn't make sense. Because we were digging each other, right? And I liked her. She really liked me. We could tell it was a mutual thing. She goes, you're stuck with me for as long as you want to be. I don't think you know what stuck means. Because you just solved the mystery yourself. But nah, she that girl was pretty cool. You know, we're married now, so. And some of you in the audience know her. So when you see her, be like, yo, did you realize that? She will slap you instead of me. So that's always good. What's even weirder than people that say stuff that doesn't make any sense is people that just like throw crap at you that you're not prepared for. Like there's this one dude I work with, not the same guy about the aftershave, but another guy, who just randomly starts conversations that I wasn't a part of. He'll be sitting there dead silent. We're not talking about anything, not even having a conversation. He'll just throw out dumb stuff that I feel like I've always missed something every time I'm talking to this dude. And he's a giant too, right? Like he's like 6'5", 6'6", big giant tree of a black dude. And he's a sweetheart. I love the guy to death. He's funny, a little creepy, but he throws stuff like that out, and I'm not going to correct him because let's face it, he's a giant, and he could probably kill me. So, but he'll do that. He'll walk up, right, and he'll just look at me. You know anybody got a freezer for sale? I'm sorry, what? Yeah, my brother, man, he just had a cow slaughtered. He got a lot of meat. He needs a place to put it. Who the hell are you talking to? Talking to me? All right, sorry. He did that a couple weeks ago too, man. Like we were just standing there at the time clock, getting ready to go home. Just nudges me. Yo, you know they got that new Godzilla movie coming out. What? What the hell are you talking about? It's so random. He did it yesterday too. This is brand new. This isn't even a joke. This is just like observational stuff that happens. This guy standing there, I'm working on my stuff, and he comes over and he's just dead silent. Not a word being spoken between me and this gentleman. Yeah, going to a pool party on Saturday. Oh shit, really? Can I come? I'll bring my Speedo. Of course, when I sit down, you can't really see it, but you know, that's neither here nor there. That's a fat joke for some of y'all that didn't get it, because I'm rather rotund. A little big. Part of that is because of Lent. You know, Lent happened earlier this year. I gave up working out, and I won, so that's going on the resume. I beat Lent. Good stuff. I've been traveling a little bit recently. I went on a school trip to New York and Philly and Washington, D.C. Saw a lot of cool things. Saw a lot of very, very interesting people. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's a whole batch of weird up in the Northeast. There was, trying to preface this as nicely as possible. But, you know what? I'm going to skip that because it's a little mean. I saw a lot of historic places in D.C. That was pretty cool. I went to, Lincoln Memorial, and I went to the Smithsonian. Went to the Holocaust Museum. Almost got arrested going in there, which was a little weird because I had a pocket knife with me. And I realized I couldn't go in with that, so I tried to hide it in some bushes. And, yep, that did not go well. I stepped out of line like I needed to make a phone call. Then I went around the side of the building, and they have like planters and stuff going down the street, and like I put it in there, and there's like 3 people coming after me. Sir, whatever you put in there, you need to just take out right now. It will not be there when you come back. I was like, it's an accident. All right, it's a pocket knife. It's just a little pocket knife. I didn't leave it at the hotel. I forgot it. Like I didn't want to have it confiscated or throw it away to go in. She's like, well, we have cameras everywhere, okay? It was not going to be there when you came back. What if a kid found that? I was like, okay, is a kid going to find it, or is it not going to be there when I come back? Because it seems like it needs to be one or the other if you have cameras everywhere. She was not a fan of that observation at all. I thought I was going to go to jail, or they were going to just take me on the tour to show me what life could have been like. The most depressing thing about, I got to go in. Apparently if the knife is less than 2 inches, you can take it in. So they measured it. It was fine, and I was trying to hide a damn knife in a planter for nothing. And I have a friend in the audience who will back me up because she was there. The most I can't decide what's more depressing about the Holocaust Museum. I mean, there's all this history and all these people that were murdered and going through the concentration camps and all that stuff. But being the observationalist that I am, there's one room that you go into, and it's all just photos of all the victims and the families and the kids, and it's just the whole room is just wall-to-wall photos, right? And they're all just malnourished and beaten, and just they're skin and bones, and it's just so terrible, and it breaks your heart. And I was super sad about it. I'm looking around at all these photos, and it's just crazy, and I'm heartbroken. And then I'm like, the sad part is the camera adds 10 pounds. I don't know what to do with that. So, first time I've told that story. Won't tell it again because that did not land well. It's 100% true, though. All right, let's move on to some stuff that's a little bit maybe more upbeat than Holocaust jokes. I promised myself I would not do those anymore. I write for the newspaper. I've been a journalist for 10, 11 years, so nobody cares. Good. Usually, you say something about yourself that's kind of like, hey, it's an achievement. People clap, or where you're from, and yeah, thanks. Y'all have never read a word I've written, so don't patronize me. I do love journalism. One of the coolest things about it is the fact that you get to covering crime sometimes. You get to cover some really weird stuff. I got a call this one time, like, hey, we got this guy arrested, passed out, lots of charges in a grocery store. And I look at the police report, and I talk to the cop, and I said, okay, they called an ambulance. There was a gentleman in the bathroom, passed out. He was unresponsive. They thought he might be having some kind of medical emergency. But when they went in there, they found that he had stolen a bunch of items, ate half of each of them, and passed out around the toilet. So when they go in there, and it's a dude, and he's laying around the toilet with a half-eaten block of Velveeta cheese. And he's hammered out of his mind, and his eyes are bloodshot, and they wake him up, and they arrest him for, theft by shoplifting and public drunkenness and some other stuff, loitering, I guess, because he was passed out in a toilet. But anyway, I'm reading the stuff before I saw the guy's mugshot, and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds just like a decrepit old man or something. It's like a 21-year-old, redheaded dude. He's just hanging out, eating cheese, passing out. And anyway, I told you that to tell you that same gentleman was part of another crime story about 2 years later, where it was an assault case, and I hear about it on the scanner, so I go check it out, and two guys are fighting over VCR. You heard me. VCR. Coming to blows over one guy stealing another man's VCR. And all I could think about, who in the F is still using a VCR? He's decluttering your house. Let him take the damn thing, because you can't play anything on it. Who wants to mess with a tracking button? Who wants to get the tape eaten? Some of you younger folks don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, but yeah. It was, how Netflix freezes and stuff? Yeah, the machine used to eat the tape, and it would be everywhere. A tape is it? Never mind. All right. So I drink a little bit. I drink a little whiskey from time to time. I've never been to the extent of that gentleman passing out in a bathroom with a block of Velveeta cheese. But I do like to sit out by the fire, out by my barn, have a little whiskey, listen to some music. I try to moderate that because I am the son of an alcoholic, but I've broken the cycle, created a better life. Yeah, you can clap for that. That's actually cool. It didn't come without being a bartender first. I had to do that because that was the only job I was qualified to do, because our mom used to drink like it was a job. And she was employee of the month every month. she would come, yeah, you got it. She would come home just hammered, and she's say just weird stuff that didn't make any sense. She's like, I'm going to find you a good daddy. I'm like, what are you talking about, lady? We've got a good daddy. You get another DUI, and he's going to reevaluate this us coming to stay with you for the weekend nonsense. I used to entertain myself with it. Like, she'd be hammered, and I would like hide her shoes and then help her find them. Like, I don't know where you left them. Like, where'd you see them last? There, I'm her feet. I'm like, all right, well, you got your feet? All right, well, we'll find the shoes. Just walk her around like a horse until she falls asleep. Well, you know, that was kind of a routine. And when you're, 9, 10 years old, you need a routine. You need a routine. I've carried my bartending skills over to parenthood. Yeah, I got 2 kids. My son's about to turn 12. My daughter's 2. 10-year gap. There's multiple wives involved, in case you're wondering. Once I got stuck, I got another kid. So, I don't know if anybody else does this, but when your kids are really rowdy, do you like put medication in their drink to help knock them out faster? 'Cause that's what I did. I'd be in there with my tumbler just mixing drinks away. I'm like, here you go, son. What is this? That is a Dimetap Colada. What is that? Doesn't matter. Why don't you go ahead and drink up? Tastes like sweet dreams. I always wanted to have a lot of kids. Like, I thought about adopting eventually, but I realized that I don't have the skill set to do that. I used to be an actor, like actively pursuing acting, and I think if I'd have stuck with that, I would have more kids because I would have done what the big actors do, and that is adopt some foreign babies. Nothing too exotic, Filipino, Chinese, something with a faux hawk's what I'm in the market for. I really want to rescue some kid from like a third world country and bring him over here to America and just give him a better life. Rescue him from a sweatshop making 3 cents a day and bring him over here and just be the best dad I can be. Love them and give them everything they've never had and cherish them and teach them, how to have a good life. But the second those little bastards step out of line, we're going to go to Build-A-Bear, show them what life could have been like. Had I not rescued him. Oh, gosh. Yeah, so I don't like to make too many jokes about drinking, but how about one more? I got anyone ever been so drunk that you argue with your GPS? Yeah, me neither.
In 1.1 miles, take a right turn. Shut up! I'm doing. Recalculating.
I got a DUI one time on my birthday, which it's not ideal. If you're going to get one, don't make it a special occasion because they are not very sympathetic. I got pulled over and I tried to play the birthday card, and I'm like, hey, you can't arrest me. It's my birthday. And the cop was sympathetic and a douche at the same time. He's like, I understand it's your birthday, son, but I still got to take you to jail. But look on the bright side. At least you get to have sex on your birthday. It happens. The only thing worse than getting a DUI is almost getting a DUI. I got pulled over about 2 months ago, right up here on Alabama Highway, Catoosa County's finest. I was weaving, apparently. I pulled out of the Wendy's, was headed home, got pulled over. I hear the lights, woo, behind me. Cop comes up, knocks on the window, roll it down. It's like, sir, you're weaving, you're not staying in your lane. Have you been drinking? Like, nope. I just can't control my Frosty while I drive. Not drinking, just fat. You still want the license and registration, or do you want to try a fry in this bad boy? Because they are money. He was not amused. At least he couldn't show it. Like, I think it was kind of funny, but yeah, whatever. Back to the journalism thing, though. I've been getting criticism over the years because, like, you can't please everybody with every story you write. Sometimes someone's going to get offended. Sometimes it's not their point of view that you're conveying or their side of the argument that you're articulating. Or sometimes most of the time, the complaints I get are from family members of accused criminal. Somebody's, brother, sister, cousin, aunt-in-law calls in, he didn't do it! I don't know if he did it or not, okay? The police said he did it. That's what the report says, so that's what we're going with. I mean, it's not always the case. If it comes back that the dude was innocent, fine. But you tell Carl, Joe, Don, Bob, Danny Frank that contact me if he gets off on the whole thing, and we will fix it. But I had a lady actually stop me at the newspaper one day. She's like, I didn't appreciate your story. Okay. So I kept calm, and I looked her in her good eye. And I explained to her, like, ma'am, I am just trying to do a job here, okay? Like, I'm trying to do my job. I don't come to Waffle House and tell you how to do your job. Okay? Now get in the car, Grandma. We're late for Granddad's funeral. Yeah, she's always in my business, so. I'm wearing a Braves hat tonight because they are good, and I love them, and I live and die with them. And I have a little story about going to a Braves game. I don't know how it'll play in here because it's a little pushing the envelope, but what the hell? I'm going to tell it anyway. Going to see the Braves a few years ago with my little brother, 3 years younger than me. Both married, both have kids, both very content with our masculinity. But his car broke down, and we had to pull over like an hour from the stadium. And we're like, okay, the mechanic says it's going to be a while to fix it. So we found a little restaurant, bar, and they had an advertisement in the window, a big neon sign that said $5 pitchers. I was like, hey, we'll drink some cheap beer, we'll watch the game on TV, have some food, make the best out of a bad situation. So we go in there, and we sit down, and we order our $5 pitcher, and we start looking around. Awful lot of dudes in that place. Exactly. So we realized it's a gay bar, and which is fine. One of my best friends since childhood is gay, and I love the dude to death. So whatever he does behind closed doors, his business. I mean, we've never treated him differently. Like we knew he was gay when we were 5 years old, and we didn't even know what gay was. We just knew he threw the ball differently than the rest of us. So he's a great dude. Anyway, so my brother and I are in this gay bar / restaurant, and we're looking around, and he's getting a little weird. He's like, man, this is a gay bar. I was like, you're very perceptive. So he's like, we gotta get out of here. I was like, where the hell are we gonna go? The car's next door at the mechanic. We can't go anywhere. You want to hitch a ride to a straight town or something? I don't know, but we just, we're not gay. We're fine. No one's gonna attack us. It'll be fine. We'll just watch the game and have some food, and they got cheap beer, so I'm in. So he was cool with it for a little bit, but quickly I learned that the more he drinks, the more homophobic he becomes. Because after about 4 of those pitchers, he started getting a little insecure. He's like, man, they keep looking at me. I'm like, you got a booger hanging. Like, why don't you clean that up? And later on, he went to Kim's. He comes back from the bathroom. He's like, there's a guy hitting on me in there, man. I was like, what'd you say to him? He goes, nothing. I ran out. Like, I wouldn't play hard to get in here. Like that. You are playing into their hand, brother. And then about an hour later, he's like, man, I've had it. We got to go. I was like, why do we have to go? He goes, well, these $5 pitchers are cool, but the $10 catchers are creeping me out. Took somebody in the back a minute, but they got it. I was like, dude, you just go down for relax, okay? You are not gay. It's fine. He goes, why they got to hit on me, man? This is ridiculous. I was like, I got to level with you. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the way you're eating those cheesesteaks. Oh, boy. That's so dumb. But it's absolutely true. It's so weird. Can't make crap like that up. I mean, I guess you could, but it wouldn't play as well. $5 pitchers were cool because, you got to save money when you're drinking. You ever try to go out drinking? It's expensive. It's cheaper to just buy stuff and drink at home alone in a sad little chair out by a fire in a barn. But, or however you want to do it. That's the way I do. But I I'm a little frugal now. So is my wife, because we both grew up just so poor. Like, we had nothing. My mom was wherever the hell she was. And it was me and my dad, my brother, and he worked a lot. But he provided for us, right? We had a nice home, and we had food and clothing, and, we always had school supplies, and we had a lot of love, and it was awesome. But we didn't have much else. Like, there weren't a lot of extras. And sometimes I would get in trouble just because I knew there was nothing that could be done about it. Like, I would get in trouble at school. Teacher's like, yeah, I'm going to call your father. I was like, well, joke's on you because the phone got disconnected yesterday. So, you're just preaching in the choir there. Anybody have the parent, the dad especially, who was just so concerned about, like, the household budget and, like, the appliances and stuff like that, like the thermostat? My dad, like, every time we went out the front door, he's like, damn it, shut the door. I hear quarters hitting the sidewalk every time you leave that damn door open. I was like, what? We took it literally, like, where the hell are all these quarters at? Oh, the cost of the, gotcha. All right. And he would bitch about the toilet paper, too. He's like, I don't understand why y'all got to wrap that all the way around your hand 6 or 7 times. Your asshole's not but this big. I was like, whoa. I was like, holy crap. And then he was military, too, so he would lay that on us. He's like, in the Army, you get one square, and you got to make it work. So I saw the mystery of why everybody salutes everybody. No one wants to shake hands because they all have shit on them. And he would do that motion, too, with the, I don't know why you got to wrap it all the way around your head. Oh. Yeah, same to you, Trey. I'm telling stories here. Get the hell out. I mentioned Bobby mentioned I've been working on Ozark. Is anybody familiar with the show Ozark on Netflix? Yeah. It's not a big part, so don't get excited. Like, it's one of those blink and you'll miss me kind of things. But I got, like I said, I used to be an actor, but I kind of, had kids, and it was hard to go on auditions out of town for jobs I may not get. So I'd stayed home and worked, and did the responsible thing versus chasing a dream. But I got 2 kick-ass kids, so it's a different kind of dream, and I'm loving it right now. But the Ozark thing kind of happened. I auditioned for this small part as a trucker, obviously, and with the beard and the hat and the gut, and I got it. And it was like a 1-day shoot where I'm just on set and I'm loading trucks, like, behind. Jason Bateman's the star of the show, and, like, he directs most of the episodes too. So, which I didn't know till I got there. So, like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a trucker on this show that I still haven't watched yet. But I got there, and he's like calling the shots, and this dude I've seen and everything, right? So that was one day. It was really cool, and then like 2 weeks later, I did this other submission for a recurring spot as a bartender. So. Season 3 we're working on, I'm like a bartender who's constantly in these scenes and whatever. Anyway, the funny part of this whole story is the fact that Jason Bateman is also the director of a lot of the episodes. So he's like nearby a lot. And my personality, I'm like just a huge dork. So between takes, I'm just like quoting terrible movies of his from like the 80s at him. And he, like, at first I thought he was gonna like fire me, but I was like, you know what? They fitted me for this costume precisely, so they're gonna have to find another guy with his dad bod to like fit this costume. Yeah, good luck. But so I waited till I was in the can, is what they call after you film for a while, and the shots are. Yeah. Anyway, I waited till it was harder to replace me before I started shouting nonsense at him. So my latest is Teen Wolf 2. If you never saw Teen Wolf 2. Jason Bateman was in that, and so we're between takes. He yells cut, and I'm like, she called me a dog, Styles, and I had fingernails as long as French fries, and he's just not having it. He giggles a little bit, and then he gets serious. He's like, stop it. Okay. So the cool part about that, though, they did a live concert on one of the days we were shooting, and REO Speedwagon was there, so that was kind of cool. So I'm pretending to pour fictitious drinks to not real drinkers at a fictional casino, and REO Speedwagon is performing a concert where they're not really playing because the music's playing all around. So it was a big game of make-believe with people I would normally be stoked to see, but I imagine being at a concert and not actually getting to hear the concert. it's like a gut punch. You know, I was there for a while. I was like, all right, it's time for me to fly. I gotta get the hell out of here. But no REO Speedwagon fans. All right, cool. I'll keep those to myself. There's this one lady who I think she's a costumer or some kind of producer because you have to go through the main parking lot to get to the studio. And she comes in and she's one of those ladies who you can tell she's got money, but not the greatest taste. She's an older lady. She looks like she's on the hunt for a younger man. Cougars, is I believe what the term is for the ladies that do that. Here's the thing though, she wears a lot of like animal skin, like animal print, like clothing and dresses and stuff like that. And she drives a sports car. So I got a cougar wearing leopard skin driving a Jaguar. And it's like white trash wild kingdom out there. And I don't really know how to handle that. I'm afraid to talk to her. I am glad to be married again. Now, my wife is killer. She's a great lady. Some of y'all know her. Whoa. Calm down. She's not here. Nah, she is great, though. But the best thing about being married, aside from her being awesome, is the fact that I don't have to date anymore. I could, but she's not a big fan of me doing that. So I'm not gonna anymore. But she, when I was dating, it's a who's who of human weird out there. The dating pool is kind of like McKay's, where like you walk in because everybody's doing it, but then you look around and you're like, this is a mistake. Those of you who know what McKay's is, like, you know where I'm coming from. Especially in the South, dude. Like, I've never dated women from all over, but especially in the South, like their friends and their siblings and their parents are like super involved in their relationships, which is a little weird for me. Dated this one girl, man. Went to her parents' house to meet them for like a Sunday dinner type of deal, and her folks were, they were super nice, but they were like over the top, like Southern rabba dabba dude. Or it was weird. Like, her mom was like, yeah, why don't you come to the kitchen and help me get dinner ready? And I was like, oh shit, she's leaving me with the dad. All right. And he was just over the top, like, little girl. Oh, that's our pride and joy right there. Yeah, I tell you what. What do you think about her, Adam? She's a catch, isn't she? I was like, matter of fact, you're right. I've caught a lot of things from your daughter. Yeah. All of a sudden, they don't like Adam so much anymore. That was never. Yeah, that was not a. That was not a big deal. I got set up on a blind date one time with a lady with a little hand. I don't want to offend anybody. Like, if you have a little hand, that's fine. But I was not prepared for the little hand. And when I say little hand, like, it was half the size of her other hand. Like, yeah, I know. But she was cool about it. Like, she was super excited. She was giving, like, baby high fives and stuff. Yeah. Like, we're on the date, and I wasn't made aware of it. It's a blind date, right? And, like, she didn't even address it either. It wasn't until, like, she like, pointed at me with it. I said something remotely funny. She's like, I was like, go! I'm like, oh my word. What is that? Yikes. I don't know how to handle that. Just let me know. Like, put it on the resume before we go on the blind date. It's like, she likes long walks on the beach and she has a flipper. Like, it's fine. I can roll with it. I just got to be made aware of it first. And then she went on to tell me that she was, her previous relationship was with a woman. Yeah, right? I was like, whoa. Let me get this straight, because I got all kinds of junk float through my head right now. I'm just imagining how that romance went. She's like, hey, what are you in the mood for? Incredible Hulk or kindergarten arthritis? Like, what do you want to do? A couple of weirdos are laughing. All right, not just me. Oh. Yeah. She would like tell me about her job too. Like she worked at a restaurant. She was a chef. So I don't know if she was born that way or she hacked some stuff off, but yeah. We hung out one other time. Like the first time when she hit me with the hand, I was like, oh, okay, maybe we could still be, friends. Baby Knuckles. So we were, and we hung out. We were at a group hangout game night. You guys do game night with anybody? You play board games and charades and whatever. Everything was cool, and I hadn't mentioned the little hand until like I started drinking, and a game of Shadow Puppets broke out. I could not contain myself during her turn. I was like, what is that, a dog or a dog that got hit by a car? Like, what is that? I think I'm losing y'all with the little hand jokes. Let's see what, I wrote down some little notes here. Let me just take a gander. See what's going on here. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one's funny. What's tougher than being single is like, sometimes you shoot for people that may be out of your league or whatever, and you get turned down. That's one thing, but like when you're kids, everybody thinks their kid is just the smartest and the funniest and the most beautiful, and they're all not, like at all. Some people have reject kids. I dated a girl one time who had a reject kid. And like this, when I say reject kid, like this dude was getting turned down for play dates. And just a little scrawny little redheaded kid. Freckles galore. He had so many freckles it looked like someone threw dog crap at him through a screen door. But yeah, that poor guy. He grew up though, and he passed out in a grocery store eating a block of Velveeta cheese. So I have never connected those two jokes like that until now. But that's going in the hopper. So stupid. So stupid. I'm trying to give y'all more info about me. Like everybody, I run the Playhouse here and produce plays. I'm not in them very much anymore because I got too much stuff going on. But I love creating art and entertainment and bringing it here. They've let me turn this place into a theater, so it's really cool, and I love it. But I got some weird quirks, man. Like, if you look at the border around my license plate on my truck, it says I'd rather be watching the Andy Griffith Show. And that's pretty much me. Like, I'm what you call an extroverted introvert, where I can do this, I can stand up here and tell stories in front of thousands of people. It doesn't matter to me. But then I go home and I'm like, I want to be by myself, like in a corner or out by the barn drinking whiskey. Anyway, I'm not really sure where I was going with that. Do I? Oh, yeah. Oh, I got little quirks is what I was going to. I have really distinct handwriting. If that makes, I write like a girl. Like I have the neatest, girliest, fruitiest handwriting you've ever seen on a dude. Why the hell are you clapping? Who is that? I can't, it's all black past the first row, so I don't know who's clapping, but you suck. But no, like it was really weird growing up, right? Because usually guys have really crappy chicken scratch type handwriting, right? So I'm growing up and girls are just super impressed with it. Like, oh my God, you write so good. I'm like, yeah, I've been doing it a while. I practice. And, my print's pretty good. My cursive is exceptional, but where I really excel is numbers, like digits. Like, for example, give me your phone number. Start writing it down. And girls love that growing up because it's like, oh, he's cute and he writes notes and just whatever. Anyway, you know who has the neatest handwriting in the whole world? Homeless people. You ever see their signs? They're perfect. Yeah? I just want to run up, smack them upside the head, be like, hey, buddy, why don't you get off the exit ramp and get you a job writing letters to people, okay? And I actually have a solution to all this where all the doctors in the world, each doctor has to adopt one homeless person. Then maybe we can read our damn prescriptions. You're helping the economy, getting somebody off the street. We can go to Walgreens without all the hassle of trying to decipher Da Vinci's Code. What else I got in here? Anything? I haven't even really looked at this till now. Oh yeah, growing up poor. That was funny. That was a toilet paper thing. Yeah, that landed way better than I thought it was going to. Let's see what I want to. I think I'm going to tell one more little story. I just don't know what. I want to end on something good. I should have saved the trip to Atlanta for that, but. Wow, I don't know where to go with this. Creepy. No, I'm pulling a Dan on us. I don't know. No, I just had a list of crap, and I was like, I'll go through this. That'll be fine. I'm not sure where I want to go. What are y'all in the mood for? You want something like super funny or like super touching or gross, or you don't care? Nobody? Gross? The one kid in the front's like, gross, do the gross thing. Your parents are right there. Why don't you hush? Okay. Oh, I'll end on this. Like I've been doing. I haven't told a lot of people this, but I've been doing like some voice acting too. So I've been trying to do like when I was a kid, my dream was to be on Saturday Night Live. So like I always wanted to like do impressions and sketch comedies and stuff, and that's why like I really pushed for us to do like an improv night and a stand-up night, whatever. Because I just, not everything should be as clear-cut as like a play or a movie or whatever. I think there should be room for artistic growth and I love impromptu stuff in the moment, whatever. But so some of the stuff I would do as a kid. Does everyone remember the movie like The Nutty Professor, like the remake with Eddie Murphy? Okay, so like it came out, right, and like I'd never tried doing voices or anything like that. But then that movie came out, and I saw where like Eddie Murphy was playing every damn part in the movie. Kind of like Coming to America. Like he used to do Coming to America too. Like that boy's good, he's good. Damn, that boy can sing, right? And then like The Nutty Professor came out, and he's doing all these people. I was like, holy crap! Like I'm gonna try to do that. So I started like working on those when I was a kid, and I haven't done them in years. But I when I was on the set of Ozark a few weeks ago, I was just happened to be goofing off with that, and apparently a writer who was working on something else, like a few halls over, like was in the room. And I was like, hey, like we want to have you like do some voice stuff and whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he's like, all right, you did the grandma and Nutty Professor. That was cool. Like, can you do all of them? I was like, well, I could certainly use the money, like, but I'll give it a shot. So everybody's seen the movie, right? Everybody seen the old Nutty Professor movie? So like, they're sitting around the dinner table, and the dad is like talking to this lady, the girl that Sherman brings home and stuff. He starts talking to her. He's like, so Kyla, man, where you from, girl? Chicago. Chicago, huh? The Windy City. You know, I was working on scaffolding in Chicago, and my sandwich blew off the 27th floor. Yeah, I figure your fat ass remember something about a sandwich blowing off a building. Oh, God, just don't say that, all right? You just leave her alone, okay? Just leave her alone, please. We just want to hear all about you and Sherman. Right? Cleese, you better shut up. I'm going to take that butter knife and toss it between the crack of your ass. And then where she's talking about, like, Mike Douglas, the TV anchor. He's like, oh, Mike Douglas, that's the only white guy I ever met. Never mind, I ain't saying that word, because there's a lot of ladies in here that do not like that. Anyway, so he's like, I have the same dream of we in a tobacco barn, and he jumps on top of me, and we go at it like two mites in a wool sock. He's on top of me, warning and warning and warning, and whoa! Might make your head blow off. Okay, I'm working on it. It's been like 20 years since I've done it, and I pulled it out a week ago. But the other thing, I'll end with this. I used to, for a little while, I worked in a grocery store. I got laid off from Shaw after about 8 years, and I took the first job I could get because the bills don't care where you're working; they just need to be paid. And I worked at a grocery store for a while, and it turns out I really loved it. Made a lot of lasting friendships, a lot of cool people. But I would get on the intercom and just like do all these voices throughout this grocery store, because we had different departments. We had like a bakery and a meat department and a produce and a deli and coffee and candy and floral and just whatever. And each, for whatever reason, it seemed like each department had their own kind of vibe or temperament or group of people. Like the bakery was all like emotional women who I'm pretty sure were crying in the batter. Like why are these cookies salty? Like they're all having emotional crisis like every time you go over there. And then the meat department was all like just old white dudes with mustaches. And we called it the Mustaches and Coffee Club because that's all they ever cared about or talked about. They like had meat cleavers and mustaches and they're drinking their coffee. And then produce was all like teenage frat boy looking guys who just looked like they stepped out of a Gap catalog. We called them the Pro-douches. And yeah. And in the deli, we just had a hodgepodge collection of weirdos. We had like me and my friend Daniel, who looks like Jim from The Office. And yeah, neither here nor there. But I would get on the intercom and I would just start making weird announcements in different voices and stuff. And it became like a thing too. Like I would get on there. If you know how deli counters work, they have all different. They have like raisin salad and like chicken salad and sliced meat and cheeses and just all this crap. It's really good, but it's, you know. So I would get on there every time they brought out some kind of new item. Didn't matter what it was, and I would just like build it up like I was a damn ring announcer or something. I would grab the mic and they would do that weird. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please make your way to the deli to try some of our brand new rotisserie chicken salad. And the managers would be losing their minds. Cook's got the microphone again. Take that shit away from him. Oh, dear God. I forgot Frida's here. She used to work there with me. Oh, my God. Am I making this up? I'm not making this up, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's Frida. She worked in cheeses. Oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay. I had this, there was this, whole crap. I might get emotional on that one. Okay, but this is what I love. This is just telling stories and being real with people. There was this this big Greek lady that used to work there, and her name was Polytimi, but she went by Polly, right? P-O-L-I. And she was like, I'm 6'1", and Polly was at least 6'2". Like she was taller than me, and she'd been in America probably 20, 30 years, but she still had the real thick Greek accent, and I loved it. Oh my God! Like she could have just read the phone book to me, and I would have been fine with it. But when I first started, I was there a week, and she was on vacation. She went to the homeland of Greece to like see family and stuff, and she came back, dude. And she's like, "Who is this?" Like, "Oh, I'm Adam. I'm the new guy." She's like, "What are you doing back here in my section?" Like, "Whoa, this is where they told me to go." "All right, but don't you be worrying about my stuff. I handle all my stuff." Okay, all right. The thing about that place is you have to wear like a smock, like a chef's coat looking smock, and you had to wear either a ball cap or a visor, right? So, by the way, visors, I've never understood visors. Like, what the hell is the point of wearing half a hat? Either wear a hat or don't. Like, you don't want your hair sticking out of it looking like a character from damn Fraggle Rock. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, or you can get one of them little Jewish hats and sew it on top, and you got a full hat. So, yarmulke, is that what they're called? Sew a yarmulke to the top of a visor, and then you got a real hat. So wear a real hat or don't. Anyway, back to Polly. Like she was so great because like her hair, she had I don't know the rules about older ladies, but most of them don't have long hair. They have like a shorter haircut. I don't know if that's just something that occurs as you graduate through the years. You cut your hair shorter. I don't know why older women don't have longer hair. I don't know. I don't know if it falls out. I don't know if it's a wig. I don't know if you just don't like it anymore. I don't know if you just needed a change. But anyway, Polly had this hair, but it stuck out through her visor, right? So, and she, you know, some women have like an hourglass figure. She had like a Christmas tree kind of figure. You ever see Grimace at McDonald's, the purple guy? Like that's how she was built. She's a sweetheart of a lady and but she was a giant, and she had her hair sticking out, and she always had this goofy look on her face, like. She looked like Big Bird, like, and that's what I called her. I called her Big Bird all the time. She's like, "Why do you call me Big Bird? Like a Sesame Street?" I'm like, "Yeah, Polly. I'm like Big Bird's badass. Like Big Bird has all the friends. Everybody loves to see him. Like, who has a bad thing to say about Big Bird?" "All right, I'll allow it." Anyway, so she, I would pick at her on purpose, right? And she would get so frustrated with me, and then I would just fire back at her, like on purpose. And she wasn't real. She'd been in the country a long time, but she still wasn't great with the language, and like phrases and sayings and stuff. She would get them all mixed up, and it just cracked me up. Like I would start picking at her about something, and then she'd be like, "Adam, put a sock on it." All right, a couple things. One, it's put a sock in it. And two, no. like that's what I would do. And she made the best chicken salad. That chicken salad that I would, talk about as like the Michael Buffer voice. It was because she made it. It was to make her laugh is why I started doing it. But it became a thing, and it was awesome. But every time she made a new batch, it was so good fresh, right? Like she would rotisserie the chicken, and she would pull it and make it, and it was killer. And she did it better than anybody. And I always wanted to try some before they took it out there, and I wanted it fresh because it was awesome, and she was killer. But I was at break or something one time, and like I came in, I was like, "What happened? Did you finish that batch of chicken salad?" She goes, "Sorry, dude, I already made it." and she took it out there. Well, another one of those where she got the words wrong. I took like a week off. I went on vacation or something, and I came back, and like they had moved a bunch of stuff around in our kitchen, and it was just me and her on that side. We were partners, and I loved her. And anyway, they moved a bunch of stuff around, and I asked her where something was. I was like, "Hey, where's this slicer or whatever?" She goes, "Flash news, they moved it." Flash news? Do you mean news flash? I said what I said. And she was one of those ladies, too, that was, like, obsessed with daytime soap operas. Like, like General Hospital, All My Children, One Life to Live, all that nonsense that my mom used to watch when she was coherent. I would watch it in the summers, too. So I would, like, the thing about those actors is they're on those damn shows for, like, 30 years, right? So you can watch something now, and there's actors on there that were in there in, like, the 80s, right? So Susan Lucci is a great example of one who was just on that same show. I don't remember which one it was, General Hospital or One Life to Live or All My Children. Right, okay. So I knew enough about all these shows to like throw a name out here and there, and Polly would get so damn excited. She was like, "I have to get out of here by 2 o'clock because I have to go home and watch my shows." I'm like, whoa, all right. It's like, what's that slut Erica Kane up to these days? You watch All My Children? I was like, "You know what, Polly? I can keep up. Like, is she bed hopping again? Because she's a home wrecker." He's like, "Oh, I'm so excited! I have someone to talk about." I'm like, okay, I created my own death with that. But no, she was a sweet lady. She it's one of the reasons. Even after I left, well, I was working there when I got the job with the newspaper, and I've been in the newspaper 11 years now. But instead of just leaving the paper, or instead of leaving the grocery store and going to the paper, I love this grocery store and Polly so much that I kept it. And I worked newspaper Monday through Friday and the grocery store Saturday and Sunday. And I worked 7 days for like 2 years just because she was, the people there were great. Frida was great, who's here. But then Polly passed away like unexpectedly, and I couldn't be there without my buddy. Couldn't be there without Big Bird, right? So she was killer, man. But the biggest takeaway from her was she would get so excited about like these shows, right? The soaps, but then also The View. Oh my God! If you've ever watched The View, I hadn't until she recommended it, and then I just wanted to stab her. But at the time, like Whoopi Goldberg and a bunch of people were on there, right? Well, they had this comedian that would come out there, this really flamboyant male gentleman who would come on that show, and I guess he was like one of their correspondent, commentator type people who came on there regularly and stuff. So Polly was telling me about him. She's like, "Adam?" I love it when she was saying, "Adam?" It's like she was hawking up something. Like it was a noise her nose makes, like before she could say my full name. "Adam, have you ever heard of a comedian named Michael D'Antoni?" Like, nope. No.
Well, he's so funny, and he's gay, you see. He likes the boys.
I was like, I'm aware of what gay is. It's fine.
She's like, well, he comes on there, right? And it's a whole show of women on The View. Well, he comes on there, and you know what he says to them when he arrives?
I was like, I don't know. What does he say, Polly?
He walks onto there, and he smiles at them, and he goes, good morning, bitches!
So she told that story, and then my buddy Daniel and I, every time we saw Polly after that, like, we would get her to do it. We're like, tell us good morning, Polly.
No, I'm not going to say that because it's not supposed to be said like that. I told you one time because it was funny.
And then we just begged her and pleaded with her. And so that was the highlight of my day all the time, was when she would show up. I would get there a little before her, but she would show up. And because she knew I loved it so much, she would, like, walk in. She would, like, there was, like, a swinging metal door, like in kitchens, you know. She would, like,
good morning, bitches!
And it was just, damn, it's like the thing I miss the most about that woman. So I think I'm going to call it a night with that, guys. You've been a great audience tonight. Thanks for letting me ramble for an hour or whatever the hell it is I've been up here. Make some noise for your improv guys tonight. They were really good. Dan Lyons in the back, or if he's out front, did a great stand-up set. This is our last comedy club of the season. We got another play that's going to open up end of August, Picasso at the Lapin Agile. It's a Steve Martin comedy. It's very funny. This will be an early 1900s bar the next time you see this stage when I build that set. So yeah, follow us on Twitter at Ring Playhouse. You can follow me on Twitter if you want. It's at Adam Cook CCN, which is Cadiz County News. Like us on Facebook, the Ringo Playhouse, and tell your friends. Come see a show here. Come see stand up here. I just can't thank you guys enough for supporting local art. You guys make theater and entertainment happen. So round of applause for yourselves, and y'all drive home safe.